have an appraisal table, and we'd like to introduce you to the appraisers. We have 6 or 8 appraisers for the weekend. Today we have Bill Ketchum, world-renowned author and lecturer. We have Barbara Hawkins, who is a tag sales specialist and appraiser, and her partner Katie Height, who's the president of the Westchester White Plains and Westchester Historical Society. And they're here today to do appraisals, verbal appraisals only, on the beautiful things that the customers have come to show us. And we'd like to show you some of that today.
We're looking at handbags from the 1950s, and aren't they fabulous?
That one is so unreal.
And this one actually was made in Hong Kong.
Yes.
You know, like a Chinese box or something. It's absolutely fabulous looking.
And you know, it doesn't change. The metal doesn't change. I mean, it doesn't get rusty, darkened, or pitted, or anything else.
But I would say the range would be anywhere from like 55 to each. To 125. Help in sacks and places like that carry around today so that they can't steal anything.
I thought
it's not as big as the ones they have today.
Maybe that's why I never got rid of it, because they felt so precious to me when I was using them, you know?
They're great.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. And hold on to them.
I sure will.
Early 20th century composition body. Not a particularly well-made doll, but a rare doll, almost certainly American. And value range on these things is always uncertain because they're, after all, pretty much one of a kind, but within the $200, $300 range for this doll. And like all objects of this sort, the important thing really is whether the collector appreciates them. The monetary value is always secondary.
I've just been brought this absolutely gorgeous piece of Quetzal glass, which is very similar to Tiffany glass. It was started by a man by the name of Martin Bach in 1901, and he was a former employer of Tiffany. And this is known as a jack-in-the-pulpit vase, and it's probably one of the more valuable things that we've seen here today. I think conservatively that this vase is worth probably anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000, and it's absolutely fabulous. It's from the Art Nouveau period.
This is a Shelley coffee pot. It's an English porcelain maker, and the reason we know this is a coffee pot is because it has the long spout coming from the bottom of the vessel. They're beautiful.
See, if I weren't selling this, I'd probably be buying it.
Right. LMC-TV, it's cooked.
This is from Spain. This is 1936. Auto Park. There's a Russian circus. This is interesting. We have India. The Travel of France. This is roughly 1950. 1940s. Another one of the very scenic pieces for the French Railway. This is from Germany. He's applying his sun cream to attract the rays rather than to repel them.
Hi, I'm Ellen Duncan. I'm president of the Mamaroneck Schools Foundation, and we're sponsoring this weekend, this year's Antiques Fair for the first time. And I just wanted to let you know a little bit about the Mamaroneck Schools Foundation. We're in our 6th year of existence. We're a nonprofit organization. We provide grants to all of the schools in the Mamaroneck Schools Foundation. And over here we have some of the grants that have been given in the past few years. Up here is the Macintosh computers. We gave 5 Macintosh computers to the high school last year. And this is some of the artwork that was done by some of the high school students in their program. Over here are some other grants we have. We gave fitness equipment to the high school for their fitness center. And we've also got an after-school enrichment program at Central School. We have the Lincoln Center project where students learn to bring drama into the classroom and integrate it into their reading projects. And this is an evening program for bilingual parents and to teach them reading. This was at Mamaroneck Avenue School. We just awarded $118,000 of new grants last week, and we're really proud and we're really happy to be also sponsoring today's event. Thanks.
I'd like you to meet our second group of wonderful appraisers for our traveling road show in Mamaroneck. Philip Likes III, antique dealer and appraiser from up north. He's come down Putnam Valley, come to help us. He's an expert in things I know, in things like bronzes, paintings, and he's one of the most generous dealers that I know. He's always willing to share his knowledge with other dealers, which is a very rare thing indeed. And along with Phil, we have Ruth Taylor. Hi, Ruth. Of Mostly Memories Tag Sales. She's been a dealer and a tag sale organizer for over 25 years, and she's one of the best.
It's not a particularly fine vase. It's it's under the glaze print.
Okay.
And it's so badly damaged that if it was a piece of Tiffany, it would almost be worthless. Unfortunately.
I was just trying to find more out about it. It was my mom. So.
It's probably around the turn of the century, like 1900.
Philip as well to get his take on
Let me see, which
it's wonderful. This is a very interesting example of either Phoenix or consolidated glass. The reason that this is a particularly nice example is because it's the two color, the custard and the blue. Okay, and it's what you call a pillow-shaped vase. It does have a little flake on the periphery rim, which is not all that significant. It could be ground down a little bit. Okay, this vase, you could sell this vase easily for $175. A dealer would ask double, $350. So I'm giving you two values: the fair market value, what you could probably get for it, and the second value, what a dealer would sell it for. If you can find a private collector, you could probably get somewhere in between. Well, I collect this kind of glass. I have 24 pieces of it.
There you go. Here's your 25th. This must be your lucky day.
I got it when my godmother died in 1970, and it was always hanging in her apartment. And she came to the United States in 1950 and acquired it somewhere between 50 and 70, I guess. That I don't know.
It's very collective because I do tag sales primarily.
There was, back into this that I had redone because it was so dry and brittle.
Oh, you had this reframed?
No, not reframed. The only thing I had them do was redo the back, because all of that, whatever we call that, protective paper.
Yeah, I had 3 people
The French
here
matting is actually starting to fade.
I was just asking one guy. I was just at a price quote.
This is a woman's pocket watch. It's been put on a more modern chain. The watch itself.
Yeah, that's one of the, that's like in the premier French.
This is an American watch. The thing with a watch, the first thing you do, you look at the movement. And the second thing you do is you look to see if it's gold or what metal it's made out of.
Yeah, that's more.
This is a Waltham.
The watch is more for the masses. This is more for the wealthy people. This is like they're great.
14 karat gold. This is what you ascertain from the back panel. And this is a double case, closed case. This watch would be worth fair market value, which means what you can realistically expect somebody would pay you. I would say 200 to 250 for the watch. And then the chain is a more modern chain. It's more or less the weight of the chain, and I would say this chain is probably in the $150 range. So you're talking about like $375.
Can you tell what the age is, or approximately how old it
This
is?
watch is probably from around 1910, 1915.
Okay.
Does that line up with your background?
Great-grandmother's, yes, that would be about the right time.
So that you love.
Yeah, these cameras were left, I guess they were my dad's at one time. I don't really know very much about them, that's why, so I thought I'd just bring them in. I don't know if they're worth anything or not, and I don't particularly want to sell them, I'm just curious about them.
This one was made between 1949 and 1957. I gotta figure out which lens this is. $30 to $50 book value on this one. And this one turned out to be Japanese, and what is it, 55 to 85. That's providing everything's working. These things, they lay around long enough and the oil and stuff in them becomes congealed and things get sticky, and they cost more to repair than they're worth.
This is Birmingham silver. It has the lion mark. It's sterling silver. It's English.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. When I first saw it, this was very reminiscent of Japanese influence. The Japanese do a lot of silver work with this kind of naturalistic pattern. Okay, but it's definitely English. It's probably from the 1910 vintage.
That could be, yeah.
Turn of the century. And I would price it about $75.
Oh, really? That much? That's surprising.
No pieces are broken. No one has painted them over at all.
Okay. These are dated 1988. Holland Studio Craft Limited. They are from England. It says Staffordshire, England. But they're current, what we call current market, and I don't know how collectible these have become over the last 14 or 15 years. They probably haven't reached a collectible market yet.
Wonderful little 1950s toy, boy on a bicycle. You wind him up. I won't do that now because we have a bunch of valuable glass on the table. We never know what he might do. But if you wound him up, he would race madly around any flat surface while the bell rang. It's made by an American company, the Ideal Toy Company in Brooklyn, New York. They've been out of business for a long time. But condition is very good. Value again in the $200 to $300 range.
I don't really know.
All right, we'll put him safely back here. Okay.